to wrap up with just a few final words on where we are with DAFNI and how we see it being used in the future, and how people can work with us and collaborate with us into the future. So I kind of summarize where we are. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? So we've mentioned several times that we're in this DAFNI phase 1, this development phase, which has been going on since 2017, finishes this year, which is scheduled to finish in the spring. Though we are anticipating that we will actually continue on a bit further on with that, with an extension into the summer. Mainly because of difficulties caused around COVID, that gives means that we are asking for a slightly longer time. And in that field, we've done a lot of requirements gathering, a lot of design, a lot of implementation, and now we're sort of in that final intense development phase to get the final versions out, and doing a lot of pilots, a lot of and champions program where we're getting more users involved. It's really quite striking how how the user base is extended from a small number of pilot users in the summer of about 20 or 30 to getting on for 100 now over the last 6 months. So we're getting a lot of users onto the platform, a lot of pilot use. There also is some investment associated with the programming going into universities, including in Oxford. So there's about spread around the 12 universities, about nearly £1 million actually investment that's going to universities, buying pieces of hardware, storage hardware or visualization hardware or various other components, or high-end workstations to support the research in universities in coordination with the DAFNI core facility, and that's going in at the moment. And we're doing an outreach program, webinars like this one, and we're trying to arrange some hackathons, particularly with the urban observatories. And we have a final event which was originally slated in March, almost certainly now will be moved into the summer. We're discussing when that might be now. I mentioned the Champions program. So the Champions program was set up a few months ago, back in the spring, to encourage particular users working in universities to look at particular aspects of DAFNI and look at particular use cases, and particularly promote the use of DAFNI and platform in that university. We set up 5 champion projects, one with Adrian, who's on the line today, looking at transport, a very interesting one with Mike Batty just at the UCL, looking at transport and the effects of the COVID epidemic in relation to transport, one at Cranfield, looking at the work of the Urban Observatory at Cranfield in DAFNI, and one which I mentioned as a use case, Sheffield, the digital twin. We've also had a slightly larger effort, which Tom has been involved with, looking at an ontological framework. What are the requirements for ontologies that we may well bring into the platform into the future? So this has been, I think, been really good. Been really nice to see the results of this coming out, beginning to come out now. Sustaining DAFNI, we've already mentioned, Jim has already mentioned quite a lot about this. We are anticipating that beyond March, or beyond the extension period, the development period, we will be moving into a production period, and we are kind of looking for what is our model for going forward, looking for some kind of hybrid model with a base level of platform support, so we continue to be free at the point of use for for many users, but also contributions for projects for more intensive use or sort of extra development work on the platform. So yeah, this is what we're looking to do over the next few months, is making sure that we transition from this development environment into a service environment with a proper service management processes in place for operating the platform and supporting users. What are the user support? What are the help desk functions? And how do we manage user registration? That sort of thing. And looking forward to a phase 2 development program, additional work for digital twins, for example, support, maybe support for specific support for large machine learning models, a richer data infrastructure informed by that in ontological work that we've been doing, and extending our framework for integrating models and doing multi-systems modeling. That again, particularly the OpenClim project, is kind of driving some of that work on building a framework. I would also add, I think we would also look to how we support developers more. I mean, the experience of bringing users on the platform is very interesting, and kind of leads the way to how we might actually make developers work with the platform more straight, easier as we go over time. So we're working with a wide range of partners. Academia has been our main focus. We are working with the DAFNI consortium with the 12 leading universities, and we're gradually expanding beyond. We're developing proposals and projects with a number of other different universities, some of them mentioned here, and we are working with our funding partners in research councils to sort of explore where DAFNI fits in the larger research landscape, and where the kind of the future major funding opportunities and lie. Particularly with EPSSC, had quite a lot of conversations with NERC as well, and STFC as the hosts, as the infrastructure hosts. But also beyond that, having a lot of conversations with a lot of government agencies. We've National Infrastructure Commission, Office of National Statistics, Ordnance Survey, BAYS, and then Environment Agency, Climate Change Commission, DEFRA, Bank of England. These are all sorts of different people we've been talking to and beginning to set up projects with, and how we actually feed the results of research to impact the work of these agencies, I think is one of the things I think would be particularly crucial for where we go forward in the future. Also had a lot of conversations with a lot of industrial organisations, particularly from the construction industry, and some of the things that are going there, so particularly their work with academia. The Mott MacDonald, for example, heavily involved in the Centre for Digital Built Britain. We expect to take those forward into new projects, new activities there as well. So, where would DAFNI fit into a research project? If you're doing a research project, where would you fit? Well, I think it would fit right across your whole research lifecycle. It allows you to explore the subject. You can access previous models and data. You can explore what's happened before. You can try them out, given certainly in the open areas, or you could request access to some of the owners of some of the previous models, so you can actually try things out without having to try them on your own system. You can help prepare data, organize and share data resources within your distributed research team, give control to collaborators in a controlled manner. You can then build, deploy and scale up models, and combining hypotheses into new workflows, and visualize the results, then publish the results, release the data, release the models, release visualizations, share those with partners, and allow others to explore those models. And then curation long term, when the project is finished, there is a place to keep a legacy of the results for future use. So I think right across the research life cycle, DAFNI holds a potential role. So finally, we are open for business. I mean, we've been very much concentrating on the development phase to date, but now we're looking to more this production phase and expanding the user base. So if you do have suitable projects that you feel fit well what you've seen on DAFNI today, discuss with Jim, discuss with us, particularly Marion or myself. Very happy to talk to people. And we can bring on the rest of the team with more technical insight. We can provide logins to try it out. At the moment, there is no kind of general sign-up page because we've been going through a development process, wanting to test on a relatively small number of users, but that is gradually, as I mentioned, gradually expanding. So if you do want to try the platform and have particularly good examples for using it, then please come and discuss with us, and we can provide logins. And if you are interested in future projects, then consider including DAFNI in proposals. We are eligible for research grants as a host, and also with other institutions in the project. And we do, as Jim mentioned, we've got a cost model. We intend to be for basic use, for the point of use for usage, but it's for richer use. And for some non-research use, it's based on resource usage on the platform, and also for accessing our research software engineers for doing more development work on the platform and helping the support of those models. So please talk to us. There's a couple of email of our functional email addresses: info@DAFNI for general inquiries, and support is a sort of our support line, and we can get you logged in, get you logins on the system via those ways. So I think that's pretty well all I had to say to summarize. So yes, thank you for coming today, and thank you for listening, and I hope that's been a useful session.
Thanks.